I would say Fallout 3 is widely considered the black sheep of the Fallout series, being put in a time before Fallout New Vegas and after the first two games by Interplay were deemed cult classics by the community at large. For most, this was the introduction into the Fallout universe. Truth be told, the top-down RPGs are not as popular as first or third-person games, which Fallout 3 was destined to become after Bethesda acquired the rights to the series. This game came out at a time where gaming was finally hitting the mainstream popularity. 2008 was a fantastic year for gaming, with the goatness of 2007 behind it, with titles like World at War and GTA 4, and now Fallout joining the Kings of the Mountain as one of the it games of the era. And while the story was more basic compared to Fallout 2's Enclave narrative, it was still a tight ship and a self-contained story by the end of it. But why is Fallout 3 regarded as one of the most uninteresting titles in the series? Today I would like to talk about that question and give my opinions on a game that I think years later is still great. The biggest criticism Fallout 3 has is that it's not Fallout New Vegas. I really think that's an unfair thing to say, mainly because Fallout New Vegas did not exist when Fallout 3 released. The only reason it's compared to it is because it uses the same engine, just how Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 are compared together. Looking the same and having the same overall feel to it, only being New Vegas is just a superior game. It's like comparing a good player to an all-time great. That player may be very good, but when you're comparing it to the best who's ever done it, they are going to look inferior by comparison, and that is the exact situation Fallout 3 finds itself in, even today. Let's not also forget that this was Bethesda's first time around the block making Fallout, as opposed to Obsidian having so many old Fallout faces and developers. It was kind of actually insane by that, and they could pick up right where they left off, while Todd and the boys tried to find their footing and create their own mark on the Fallout universe. Although it's something that's been criticized even until today, I think they hit it out of the park. Fallout 3 was the last Fallout game I played in the modern era of Fallout, getting my start with New Vegas and then falling in love with Fallout 4, and then still playing the buggy mess known as 76. But replaying Fallout 3 for this video, it really shows why this game is so popular and why the fans will continue to fight for it, will continue to say it's good. It gives the player almost complete freedom, the only caveat being you're forced to fight the Enclave with the Brotherhood at the end. And even then, you can choose to help the Enclave. It doesn't really matter though, even in the DLCs, which I've always found weird, but let's move on. But you're let out of the vault with a goal that you could instantly go run to Smith Casey's garage and free your dad in the span of 10 minutes, or you could go, right to Three Dog in Rivet City or the Jefferson Memorial, or you could start the quest from the very beginning at Megaton. It's fascinating to see a game where Act 1 can basically be completely skipped if you choose so. Or you could integrate yourself into the wasteland and experience what this game has to offer. It may look like the entire Capital Wasteland and DC ruins have a green filter slapped on it like it's Mexico and Breaking Bad, but I love the design of Fallout 3's world because it's a nuclear apocalypse, and I feel like that's what the world is supposed to look like because it's a nuclear apocalypse. The West Coast has always been presented as building itself back up, but the world of Fallout still takes a step forward and then 2 steps back. There will always be raiders, mutants, really anything that can attack you at any point. So I find it completely okay that the capital of America, the one that was destroyed to hell and back, the one infested with super mutants for years on end, isn't to the high standards of Fallout New Vegas. a place that has vastly empty sections until like from Novak to the 188 trading post, it makes me smile that there's actually something to look at, that I've actually gotten somewhere close to civilization. And that's because the wasteland is supposed to feel scary. It's supposed to be a complete juxtaposition from the safety of Vault 101. Everybody talks about how scary the outside world is. The guards don't even attempt to follow you out of the vault door. You're left with a flash of light, followed by complete randomness the Capital Wasteland will give you. In one area, you may be taken out and almost getting eaten by cannibals. In another, you can discover that former cannibals have turned themselves into vampires. You can help a crazy lady create a wasteland survival guide. You can take part in a rigged election at the Republic of Dave. How about get into an Alaskan simulation against the Chinese, or being teleported into space? The amount of randomness that Fallout 3 provides the player is astonishing, and is the reason I still go back and play this game even today. It may not have the polish of Fallout 4. It may not have the story of New Vegas or the constant development efforts of 76. But the world of Fallout 3 is a randomness, and that is something I think is not appreciated enough, because it makes no one playthrough exactly the same as the millions of others that have been completed. It is your story, and your story alone. Fallout 3 may not be the best Fallout game in the series, it may not be even top 3. But that's not a problem. That's more of a compliment to the entire Fallout series as a whole. I have loved this universe for a very long time, and Fallout 3 is one of those reasons. People may dislike it for what, why, how, and when, but that doesn't mean you can't like it. That doesn't mean you can't find enjoyment in a game that sparked the idea for Fallout as a genre again. I don't think Fallout 3 is a masterpiece, but after all this time, Fallout 3 is still great. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what I do, maybe consider checking out some of my other stuff. Thank you so much.